Yo, yo, yo. Good evening, sir. How's it going, Taivoka? Really good. Excellent, excellent. Oh, okay. I know one reason why things are going well. Got to do some races. Uh-huh. One on the third try. Nice. In the R8. There you go. Instant success. How does the R8 feel with the wheel? It's amazing. And now you understand the arm thing. Tired, right? It's a good workout. Oh. Oh my God. 60 minutes of an endurance campaign. Okay. Day one. You went some laps? Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, just I'll run some laps. Yeah. How hard could it be? 60 minutes? Pff. Oh, yep. Yep. Yep, dude. You're gonna develop muscle. Yeah. Not only your arms, it's leg day and arm day with the wheel. So yeah, in your case, you're gonna have to be a bit cautious. Yep, yep. That's exactly what I was about to. That's what I was thinking, and that was just what I was about to say about. Hopefully, it'll serve as some form of rehabilitation. You should. Are you seeing something? Someone? Yeah, you won't be able to overdo it for sure. Are you currently like in rehab for your legs, or did they just sort of let you go? It's like, all right, you're done. Bye. Good, good. Okay. Yep, exactly. Yeah, dealing with that kind of stuff is probably really stressful. Only once I've had to go into a courtroom, and that was when my parents were getting divorced, and I had to choose which parent I wanted to live with. I had no idea what was going on. Absolutely bonkers. I was in junior high. And to feed yourself, right? It's like, give me my money. pay me, go away, get out of my life, never ever return. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to push it, I guess food is sort of important and good to have in the house on a regular basis. I guess. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Oh, story mode. Story. Okay, hold on. I don't know. I think we're doing a like in life, or outside game of life. No, oh, okay. I've got something for you. I've got something for you on Reddit. Go to R outside. It's the best. It's probably the best um, subreddit out there, and it's basically viewing life through the lens of gaming, like an RPG or something. And people post their questions. You've never been to Reddit? Dude, R Outside is really good. There are a few others I like. One I can't say, but Rest of the Effing Isle is good too. That's a classic. But yeah, R Outside is really good. Rest of the Effing Isle, Rest of the Fluffing Isle is really funny. Yeah, fluff it. Yeah, yeah. Oh. So like a guy yesterday or a couple of days ago in R Outside, it's like, yeah, I was playing campaign mode with like a party, right? Or story mode with a party and a partner, and tried to enter. We had entered into like partner mode or something he called it. Yeah, thank you. Hold on a second. Are they just streaming that? Is it solely on Amazon Prime or something like that? Oh, oh, I don't want to hear it. 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 We don't want Twitch, Tom Twitch or Tim Twitch in here, all up in our stuff. Just leave our little cult alone. Alternative viewing. Alternative viewing, right? Alternative viewing site. Okay, so what was I about to say? Here we are. It's podcast time. I was an adult. I adulted hard yesterday. So prior to retiring for the evening, I thought ahead and I said, hey, you know what? If I shower and shave before I go to bed, I can finish the stream, I can finish the podcast, and then I don't have to worry about showering afterward, right? Just, brush my teeth, look at my hair in the mirror, maybe comb it because it's really short right now. Showering, right? I got you. I'm going out in public. So I'm all ready to go. I'm all ready to go. I can just change. Personal hygiene. So I can do the thing, right? And I woke up this morning and I tried to I thought about that's a lie. I didn't even try. I thought about like preparing for the podcast, like throughout the week, and I couldn't be bothered. I'm like, fluff that. And my normal routine is, go through my old photos and pick a few out and talk about them. But I realized quite a few of them I don't remember enough about the circumstances or who's actually in the photograph to to talk about it. Like, I got one or two I want to talk about, and we'll see how it goes from there. So, this week is going to be slightly different from the previous weeks. We do have images. I did spend time creating images because I'm a good boy. So this is what's in store today. We have yeah, it's technically not a podcast. It's more of like a visual radio show. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. But this is what we're doing today. We have a livery from Tate. We have one photograph. So I have a question about that. I read an article and it said attention deficiency, right? So they said a part of that problem, I guess there are various angles on this, but the post I saw on Facebook was a woman describing how her son is ADD and how they discovered that he couldn't visualize. Okay, so this woman said her son struggled because he couldn't visualize the end goal, and so he would become frustrated. So getting ready for school was a real pain because he couldn't see what getting ready for school meant, like the end goal. So I'm not sure if he's a doctor. I'm not sure. These are all very vague. Side note, disclaimer: not a doctor. Me, a doctor of love. But that's another topic for another day. And she said so. She photographed him ready for school, and he would look at that picture and say, "Okay, so to get ready for school, because if you don't know what your objective is, then you can't work backward to identify what you need to do." And side note, when I taught and trained people to teach, I said, okay, don't think about step one. I said, at the end of the lesson, what should the students walk away knowing how to do? And they said, well, they need to be able to walk away knowing how to offer an apology in a formal situation, if it were a businessman. Okay, so what do you need to do that? Well, you need to be able to say these phrases, these phrases, these phrases. Okay, so we identified the objective. We've identified what they need to, like the actual components, right, and phrases that they need. Okay, to reach that goal. Okay, so now how are we going to go through it? And it's called backward planning, right? Backward or backwards planning. I introduced this concept of putting that, because a lot of people get distracted. They get lost in the middle of a lesson. And so I handed them a AA or a AAA battery. I said, before you go into the lesson, put your objective into this battery. This is what's going to fuel you through the entire lesson. And everyone said, Morph, you're absolutely insane. That's so dumb. Why are you doing that? That's corny. Hey, as Rick and Morty said when they went to that planet, peace on Earth, we come in peace or whatever it is. And so everyone laughed at me. I'm like, you know what? This is the right thing to do because people need to focus. And there was this really big guy from Hawaii, and he was really, really nervous. Big old dude, right? Looked tough and stuff. Getting the classroom fall apart. And so I said, here, put the lesson, your objective, into the battery. So you've planned it, just put it into the battery. At the end of the lesson, my students should be able to, blah, 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 blah. And so he started going along through the lesson, and then he got lost, and I saw him panic because we have to observe, right? And then I see him reach in his pocket, grab the battery. You can see him think through the process, and then he went on to complete the lesson like a freaking champ. He came out of the lesson and said, why did that work? Like, because I'm a magician. I figure these things out. So, maybe if you can abracadabra, yo, right? Right? Oh, that reminds me, I forgot there was something else I wanted to post, to talk about today. Okay, we'll do that next in the next stream. Okay. So, yeah, try to figure out what it is you're trying to achieve. And if you can't see it, find a way to represent it. So then you can identify what needs to be done, photograph those things or list those things, and then write out your steps. And then keep referring to, I'm doing this because your final goal. I'm doing this because. Yeah. So you'll hear me do this because I get frustrated too. You'll hear me do this at the start of a race. What are my objectives? And I try to set very non-specific or objectives I can't control, right? Things I have no control over. I try not to set those as goals, right? So a goal will be, I'm going to stay in the slipstream, survive. Yeah, yeah, right? And then we work backwards from that. We define surviving, right? Per race, it's different. Per race, it's different. So sometimes it's I morph, stay in the slipstream. I morph, keep your foot on the throttle because you're driving MR. All the things that help me survive, right? So you're survive, and McCrow adds, things are going to happen. Things are going to go sideways. Like, yep. So we're going to survive by doing A, B, C, D, and E. And then we're just going to, things are going to happen. Maybe we'll pit somewhere, our pit window is somewhere around here. Okay, all right. And maybe, we're going to pit here. And depending on where I end up by this lap, that will dictate like whatever. Okay, all right, I'm done. Okay, so what do you got for me? Okay, back to the wheel. Yes. Yes. You can't write yourself? What happens? Yeah, so the wheel just starts spinning like crazy, right? And you try to grab it, it feels like it's gonna wrench your arms right out of their sockets. So you have to fully stop. You just got to fully come to a complete and total stop. If we were Psy, right? Psy never stops. Psy just does his drifty boy thing. Curse you, Psy. He does his drifty boy thing. Orients himself or the car properly, and just continues on, right? So for us plebes, we just have to come to a complete and total stop. Now, the simple way to do it is to hit the option button and put yourself into the pause menu, and then the car and the wheel will try to orient properly, and you can resolve the problem that way. Another solution is just to actually physically look at the wheel and like, okay, what do I see? Why are all the buttons in the wrong place? Look at the car, it's like, well, that doesn't line up. And then tap the accelerator and sort of, sometimes I just tap the wall and it'll force the wheel to try to figure out where it is. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. You hit the PS button. So every now and again you hear me panic, right? And I say the wheel has gone to a weird state. I hit the for some reason my thumb will come all the way over when I'm really turning hard, I'm fighting the car, or I'm just trying to survive, and I'll hit both the photo button, the share button, and the look rear button, because they're like on my left hand. And that's when the wheel just freaks out. It's like, I can't do these three things at once. Your input for throttle, or you're braking and you're turning, but you want me to take a picture and look backward? And And right? And and if and it's like, what's going on? Why what? Why did I look back? Why is the wheel freaking out? Why can't I change anything? And I think there's a bit of confusion between the PS5 and the wheel going, wait, what? You want me to look back and take a picture? And it tries to grab that image, right? But you're also telling it to look backward at the same time. So good. So good. All right. I've got so many random photographs. I'm like, why did I take that picture? It's like, oh, if it's Gran Turismo Sport, I must have been like doing something and my thumb slipped. Like, oh, no, I want to try the lap again. Not show my friends me messing up. Oh, God. So I don't know how your console is set up. When I go from app game to game, sometimes cross means yes, or it means back out. It depends on where I am, right? So that's why I stopped the stream the other day because I got confused. I'm like, I don't know. So I'm in the UI, the crossbar for whatever that thing is called for the PS5, but I don't know how to get back to the game. Not all the time. It depends on the game. It depends on where I am in the UI. I forget when I have to switch from Gran Turismo Sport to something else. They're not all the same, and I get confused. Oh man, it's so bad. And then they changed it, right? You can change. Oh, I get so confused. But anyway, let's move on. Oh, yeah, good workout. GG's on the wheel. Congrats on the wheel. GG on the win. And let's go. Let's go. It's nice to understand that things right. Like, what is he on about? What does he mean his arms are tired? Or just all little, no, not that. Wait, what are you doing? No, don't take a picture. The wheel's in that state again. Like, I got it, but you didn't get it, right? Yeah. Walk a mile in my shoes, or a kilometer if you're from the EU. It's so freaking funny, man. Yep. Okay. Yep. Right. Ran over. Hi, everyone. This is not actually what the podcast is about. The first bit is sort of a bit sort of devolves or evolves or I don't know what it does. But okay, here we are. Let's get started. We're gonna look at a livery. We're gonna talk about a restaurant in Kyoto, which I don't know the name of anymore, and I lost the business card for. But that's not important. We're gonna talk about Destiny. Oh, it was both of us getting excited. We were feedbacking off each other, right? IGTL. I don't know what the IGTL stands for. I don't know what that. I know that was like a creators race, but what does IGTL stand for? I have no idea. And then we have photos from Road Beef from the IGTL creators race, and yeah, so Road Beef. Yeah, and that's it. That's what we're doing. Shrug. Alrighty. So, before we move on any further, let's clear that out of the way. And this podcast brought to you by Breakbeat Kings. Here we have you're listening to the royalty-free music of Breakbeat Kings Cybernetic 20,044, something like that. Totally forgotten what the name of the album is, but that's not important right now because I got you covered. Your boy got you covered with a link. All right, and the tools used to create and drive this show are SIPs, which I don't know what it stands for. Let's find out. Oops. It is an imaging metadata, blah, 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 blah. What's up, Java? SIPS is Scriptable Image Processing System, and it changes file sizes and does all kinds of wonderful stuff. If you are a nerd, this is the bestest tool in the world. I use it for one thing only, and that's to resize photos. That's it. So that they fit here on the screen. It resamples at higher what's it called? Brain not working. Brain not working. It resamples the images to different dimensions, so it'll fit here nicely. And then we have CSV Kit, which is what we're using here to show the show notes. There's probably a cooler way to do this, but we'll worry about that at another time. You playing Red Dead? Nice. And it's not actually called CSV Toolkit, it's called CSV Kit. A toolkit for CSV, comma separated value. It's basically what an Excel spreadsheet would look like. It's what a spreadsheet would look like if you were to just output it as CSV. So this would look like, this is what it looks like. And if you were to take a spreadsheet that you have and export it as CSV, it would look like this, but a bit more complex. So it just means comma separated values. The commas tell it that it's this is one piece of information. Tool and then link. So tool is a column, one column. Link is the second column, and then we have our data sitting in there. So it's transferable. You can move it from Apple to Windows to Linux. Everything understands CSV. Every single thing. If you use a site that doesn't understand CSV, just fire them, because it's like the backbone. All right. So, and we also have curl, which I use it for one thing and one thing only, and that's to grab images from the internet, and that's it. Curl does a bazillion and one things. It's like this big magical tool. It's like the Swiss Army knife, right? It does everything. It sends stuff, it grabs stuff, it downloads stuff, it sends passwords. I don't know, man. I use it for one thing. And then ImageCat solely to display images here for you guys. And that's pretty much all it does. It was designed to do one thing, show images, period. My kind of tool. Alrighty. Let's pop over to our images, get the show on the road. And the first image is Tate Supra. Yo, bro. What, homie? Bruh. Is that a soup? Bruh? I'll see myself out. That's it. Oh. Is that a soup, bruh? I believe Tate is really into his anime. I get the distinct feeling, and which is cool. It's fine because I used to watch a lot of early Japanese anime, more the movies than the TV shows. There are a few shows like Urusei Yatsura and maybe Maison Ikkoku, or was that a movie? But mainly movies. But the only thing I dislike is the demeaning tag waifu or weeb or the other things that how they identify themselves. It drives me bonkers. Absolutely insane. Don't self-denigrate. Bad. Bad. especially for something that you like, right? It's a nice livery, right? It's like it's torn. It's like it was wrapped, and he's pulled off strips of paper, but we know it's the flag, right? It's quite nice. Quite nice. Very creative. Yeah. I'm envious. I'm so envious of all the livery creators that we have in the community. Grateful, yet envious. This reminds me, there's a guy down the road that has obviously a racing car, like pro amateur or amateur racing car with a tow bar and everything. And I I don't know what's happened to it. It was there for a while. It would move around, right? You could tell he was moving it, going to events. But now that it's 2021, it's gone. And I'm depressed. And I should have gone up and talked to him while the car was still there. I'd have an excuse to talk, right? But I didn't. So now I'm all bummed. But I'm thinking it's probably the other 50-year-old guy that I'm up against every time I race. I don't know. I need to find that guy. There are two other guys in my age bracket. And I'm pretty sure they live near me. Pretty sure, because when it's my hometown, it's the same two guys that I'm up against. But I don't know who they are. I should put something in my my profile. It's like, hey, I'll put something that only they will get. And then if they ping me, then I'll know who they are. Generation 50. Could you die? Ugh. Okay, let's move on to number 1. And this is a photo of... So I visited Kyoto. Oh, wow. When did I visit Kyoto? It's before the company I worked for went out of business. Totally tanked. I want to say sometime in 2000, early 2000. Not 100% sure. Yeah, it was maybe 2003, 4, or 5, somewhere in there before the company went out of business. And we walked around, and I found sort of a Brazilian, Portuguese, South American restaurant run by this guy, and I think his son, but he and his son I had been at odds with each other for years or something like that. Not 100% sure. Don't quite remember all the facts. It was very spicy. And he sang, I think in Portuguese, I'm not 100% sure. But I went all the way to Kyoto, like Mecca for Japan, right? Temples, gardens, paths, the path of the Tetsugaku no Michi, the philosopher's path, right? All these old temples and shrines and castles and food. What do? I find a South American restaurant. Only locals tend to turn up. And we walk in, they're like, hi. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he speaks English or whatever. And we talked, and he told us a story, and I think he lived maybe in Brazil or something like that. Not 100% sure. Vague memories. I should have written all this stuff down. Kicking myself now. And so we went there, we ate, it was really good. We picked up a business card. The middle daughter years later, decides to visit Kyoto. I'm like, oh, you should go to this place. And sure enough, it was still there when she visited. She goes, oh, it was really nice. But I don't remember the name. These are the things you regret when you get older. Not being a bit more detail-oriented, right? So what that is telling me is I should do that from now. So I should remember who Taivoka is. Yes, I think I'm going to work on that. So later when I'm in my 80s, like, back when I was a younger man in my 50s and playing on the PS5 and the consoles, we played something called Gran Turismo Sport. It ran for over 20 years. There are various iterations of it. I met this guy, Taivoka. Oh, how we laughed. Okay, so that's this is how I traveled. There was another photo I couldn't find. Uh, we rented bicycles. Me and that's Jeff and I. We rented bicycles from the hotel that we stayed in, and we rode around. And we found. I couldn't find the picture. We found this building. It looks like it was a Chinese government building. Not sure. It looked as if it was abandoned, like broken windows and like and it looked horrible. With the sign that was my wife said was absolutely terrifying to read. It's like if you come in here, like horrible things will happen to you. And it looked like an official government sign, like no trespassers, you will be eaten. You know, it puts the lotion on his skin. I've never watched. I've never watched that movie. Absolutely too scared to. And don't photograph it. Don't do anything. Of course, me being me. It's like, but this is too good not to photograph. And I photographed it. It was absolutely horrifying. But apparently, other people have said the same things. Like, but I took a picture anyway. But that's because we rode around. Then we found anyway. If you want to travel and have a good time, invite me. We'll do things like rent bicycles and find South American restaurants to eat at, and scary Chinese buildings and local curry shops. People are like, we walk in, no other tourist, no other tourist in the shop. And like, what? Yes. And when you visit, we go to all the cool places. So, yeah, I love traveling. And wife says, like, you're really fun to travel with. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Food, oh man, there's a place you've got to visit called it's out in Yokohama. It's near Chinatown, but there's this place called the Red Brick Warehouse. I recommend people visit. Yeah. Okay, all right, we got to move. We got to move. I have class later at 2. It is 12:30. I can't be late. I'm like every other week this class is. Okay, let's move on. Move on to number 3, I believe. So, mistakes have been made. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2. Okay, all right. So now, yeah, I'm the one stalling. I know, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about destiny and some of my regrets as an adult, but that's a conversation for another day. We're going to look at. No, stick around. So, in the PvP, data is interesting. I regret not studying statistics and learning how to make charts or to read and understand data. But other smart people do. Thank God. And there's this site called Destiny Tracker, and they track all of your PvP activity through something called APIs. There we go. So, Destiny and a lot of these big games where you have people shooting things, they track your activity and they make it available for anyone to sort of create sites like this. Destiny Tracker, they track your PvP scores, they assign you a rating. You can see the people you're up against. And now they've introduced this thing, which may have existed, but I just discovered it. So I can't say it's newly introduced. I just discovered their the data from PvP as. Hold on a second. I got myself confused. This is a list showing the popularity of weapons. And I love some of these names, right? Dead Man's Tale, True Prophecy, Crimson, Bottom Dollar, The Messenger. Oh, triggered. So everyone's complaining about certain weapons in PvP right now. And wrong window there. So currently in non-competitive PvP. Boo me. Boo. That's not what I want to do. No, 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 no. All right. Wait. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. Oh no. Uh, I thought that was. Okay, yeah, okay. So here's the overview. All right. So for me personally, these are the top 5 ego-crushing weapons of destiny and their popularity within Crucible. That's what we're going to talk about today. The weapons that crush my ego, almost cause me to rage quit, and when I play alone, cause me to swear like a sailor, which I will not do today. So number 1 on this list is Fell Winter's Lie. In non-competitive PvP, 9.2% is, so if there are 10, if there are so almost 10% of the guns 10% of the people that you run up against will be running Fell Winter's Lie. 1% of the people will be running Jotun. We're going to talk about these weapons individually in just a moment. Then we have 1.38 Bastion, the Messenger at 1.17, and the Steady Hand at 4.15%. Now, I personally like the name Fell Winter's Lie. Love the name. Love the Messenger. Love the name. Love the Steady Hand. Absolutely hate being killed by these weapons. Drive me absolutely up the wall. They drive me bonkers. And like Jotun is only 1% of the player base uses it. Right? But it's just enough to get under my freaking skin. The rage. All right, let's move on. Let's just get right to it. Let's just talk about the first one on the list. I believe should be Fell Winter's Lie. Oh my God, this guy. Oh wait, that didn't come out right. Hold on. You gotta clear and then pop it again. Okay. So this is Fell Winter's Lie. It's a shotgun. I hope these images are correct. I did a lot of copy and pasting, so we might have incorrect information. Did I have time to go over this and edit it? No. I made these images and hopefully they're correct. So this is a shotgun, Fell Winter's Lie, from way back. Like, oh, it is cool. It is an amazing shotgun. One shot, you're gone. Now, you like gold? We all like gold, baby. The thing with this shotgun is this. It's I've got my notes. It's about delivery. It is. Oh, they have each weapon has what they call an ornament. You can actually make it look better. So a few weapons have 2 ornaments. They make them shiny, or so on and so forth. So, Fell Winter's Lie. This is the problem with Fell Winter's Lie. Oh, I did that wrong. But anyway, Fell Winter's Lie has increased range when sliding. Now, I don't have the stats for you. I didn't have time to get the stats. It already is amazing without that slide and shoot. The impact and the damage it does, because the pellets are grouped together. Oh, yeah. It is. So let me tell you how it goes. Let me tell you how it goes down. You're running, right? And you see this, you hear something, like someone going invisible. Or you hear is that someone running toward me? Like, something feels bad. I've got a bad feeling about this. And it's usually like a hunter. And they'll slide, they can go invisible. They have this helmet, the hunters do. They can slide, teleport, and sort of be invisible. And all of a sudden, you just see this hunter in front of you. And as it registers that someone went invisible and that they're now in front of you, you hear this sound. And you're not quite sure what it is because so many things are happening. Right? And then you're dead. Yes. Rage quit, uninstall, or fluffing hunters. Now I'm a hunter. Fluffing hunter. Fluffing Phil Winters. And there are different roles of this. I guess people have got some amazing roles. It's a really old weapon from like Destiny 1 that's been carried forward. And they finally put it back in the game so that anyone can get it. But I'm not a shotgunner anymore. I used to be a shotgunner. Now, there's a new thing. There's even new joy and excitement where people are jumping. There's a mod I think you can put on the gun that allows you to have better aim while airborne. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know that movie. I don't know the scene. If you can find the clip, send it to me later. And so there's a thing where they slide, go airborne. They have a mod that allows you to have better aim while airborne. And you hear pop, 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 and then you're dead. You've got a head full of lead, and you're dead. I'm getting mad just thinking about it right now. I'm mad just thinking about it. Right? So infuriating. Yeah, I saw that on Tequila. But the question is, will it have MSG? That's the question. So, and then the text, the flavor text for this is, I just like the name. Doesn't mean anything. Lord Fellwinter to Lord Timur. I absolutely love this flavor text. It's so rude, right? Nah, I just like the way it sounds. So that's Fellwinter's Lie, the #1 soul-crushing weapon for me in Destiny. Not many people have it, but when you run up against it, it's. And then you see Titans. Oh man, thank you, Tyvoka. When Titans run it, it's either. I very rarely see Warlocks run it. It's mainly Hunters and Titans just sliding around. Now, a Warlock with it is kind of annoying too. Hunters, jumpy boys, jumpy slidey boys that go invisible and then shoot you in the face. Titans just come sliding around the corner. Pop! 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 Right? So that's the #1 Eagle Crusher of Destiny. Is Fellwinter's Lie. Okay, what was that? #3? Let's move to #4. All right, Jotun. I forgot to clear again. Sorry. So Jotun is a fusion rifle. Look at this thing. Right? So the problem with this is it has a tracking round. You charge it. It's a one-shot kill. Okay? It's a one-shot kill weapon when it's at range. You don't hear it, but you certainly feel it. You'll see someone. Oh, the accuracy, it's insane. It's a tracking round. It never misses. Just as long as you're in the cone, like that aim, and with the aim assist and the cone for tracking, is huge. It's huge. It never I've never seen a guy have to like reacquire me to shoot me. Occasionally, if they're rounding a corner, if it's a snapshot, they might miss. But 9 times out of 10, if you see them and you don't even, dude, why even PvP, right? But thankfully, not many people run Jotun. But when you see it, it rips you right out of whatever you're doing. You can't counter it. You round a corner, you see a guy, and then thunk. And then you check the feed, Jotun. Dead. Oh, that Guardian dead, baby. Uh, so that OP tracking round. Ugh. So annoying. So freaking annoying. I could, now technically, I could actually go get this weapon, but it's only really good for PvP. And it forces you to run one thing. I'm not that sweaty. Not that sweaty. And you know me, I hate the meta. I run none of the weapons here that you're going to see listed here. Never. Never. Now, there's one I do want to run, but we'll talk about that later. But this is just like the high-tech version of Fell Winter's Lie, but from a greater range. And the range on Fell Winter's Lie is pretty bad, too. Bad as in too long. So this is like the high-tech version of Fell Winter's Lie. An 801. Ooh, hot robot. Woo-hoo. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It makes me cry. Just like, there it is again. Why must you do this to me? I can go up to 5. All right, Bastion. So this is a pulse rifle. And I think if you charge it, pretty sure when you charge it, it fires 3 slugs. Blah, 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 blah. And it hits you and it rips your shield off. If you have some sort of shield, I think it just rips your shield off. Very Xeno looking, yeah? We'll talk about that later. There's a weapon I managed to score, but I didn't have time to set up for that. It rips you apart. And there's no beating this gun if you're like a regular plebe like myself, right? And you know what's happening. When it starts to happen, blap, 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 you're like, oh no. Blap, blap, oh. Hashtag dead. Bastion is an exotic. Jotun is an exotic. Fellwinter's Lie is a legendary. And you can go pick it up today from the little box thingy next to the vault. I forget what it's called. But yeah, you can go get that from the legendary dispenser. Get yours today. And Fellwinter's Lie is from the old Iron Banner. I've thought about it, but it's expensive. Like in resources and yeah, it's really expensive. It's gold. Yeah, yep. I don't know what the ornament is like for it because I don't have it. All right. The messenger. I don't even know what this gun is. But apparently, it's the bearer of bad news. Gold weapon greater than reservations. Yeah. So for actually, I just see my notes. I'm gonna cheat you guys. I'm gonna open up something that you can't see, but I can see. What is that file again? Oh no. Oh, there it is. This is just for me. You guys, hopefully you guys can't see my horrible comments I've written about this gun. Okay, so what I've written about the messenger is, I just needed one more shot. I'm going to kill the messenger. This is how it always ends up. I get them down to. Oh, you shouldn't see it. Did you see that? You didn't see that. Did that actually pop up? I'm gonna be so embarrassed if it popped up. I got my little private notes. Wait. Let's see. Yeah, it didn't pop up. You tried to trick me. Nice try. Okay, so where were we? So the messenger. So yeah, it's this crazy pulse rifle, and it has this. It's long range, slow firing, but the damage is almost off the charts. Thunk, 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 thunk. Oh, it's so annoying. And so again, you hear it, or you go up against it, and I can usually get whoever's wielding this thing. I can usually get them down to a sliver. Now, if I get the first two shots in, if I see them first, I can usually beat them. But I've got to see them first. And I've got to pull, not only see them first, but pull the trigger first. And if I can get one or two shots on them with whatever weapon I'm using, if I can get rounds on target first, preferably in the head, first, I can beat them. Yeah, we're blaming McCrae for all, yes, that is proper. Blaming McCrae for all my woes. But I've got to get bullets on target first. But you was just like, oh God, he was almost dead. I almost had him. So this isn't so much raid, it's more disappointment, I think. Like, I almost had him. If I can somehow spell, right? All right, let's move on to number 7. That's 8. Next is the steady hand. I was playing around with the perks on this. Basically, impact, stability, almost everything is at max. It's absolutely bonkers. So it has incredible range, like well over 60% in for all these categories: range, stability, and handling. And the impact is at 92 out of 100. It has high recoil, and that's why I struggle with it. I have really good rolls of this gun. For all guns that Morph hates, yes. But the impact's at 92. And the range is really, the range it has is almost sniper range, in the sniper range category. So Bungie nerfed the heck out of sniper rifles. They've been gradually just nerfing them into the ground for PvP. So like ADS is all jacked up. Being able to single shot or something, they just, I don't know what they did, like the zoom level and zoom time and coming into and out of zoom, readying the weapon, they've just made it almost impossible to snipe in PvP. Maybe like one or two weapons that people can use, sniper rifles that you'll see, but the days of sniping, over. So what do all the sweaty, hardcore, pro-level Destiny players do? They go through and they test all the other weapons, and they find, oh, that's okay, Destiny, it's cool, we'll just start using hand cannons as sniper rifles. I'm just mad at the steady hand because I know it's a good weapon. I'm just too slow for it. And I'm mad because I've got a great roll and I can't use it. I'm just too slow. My reflexes are too slow. My target acquisition is too slow. This is more me being mad at my own inability. So yeah, that is the steady hand. It looks like nothing. It looks like absolutely nothing. But apparently it was forged in honor of Perrin, in honor of Perrin, and a just and unwavering resolve. It hits so hard, and it knocks you back. Pow, pow, pow. You're like, oh, I want my mommy. I want to go. Why are you picking? Why can't I win this? What? I'm using an auto rifle because I'm a plebe and I'm using gnawing hunger, which used to be a meta auto rifle, and it is slightly OP in it's a crutch. Okay, there I said it. Gnawing hunger is a crutch. There. What have I turned back my vow of not using of not using crutch weapons like gnawing hunger? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Typhoca. I feel so much better. The truth is out. So I use this thing called gnawing hunger, and the other crutch is wither horde. I'm so ashamed of myself. I tried not to. I tried to equip a pulse rifle and another scout rifle, a different scout rifle. It was a scout rifle and a pulse rifle. And I tried that loadout for a while. But the problem with most of the pulse rifles is that they're heavy. They're slow. Their handling is so slow. And since the new movement meta is run, people jumping, and I don't have enough time to get on target. Now, if they stand still long enough, then I can rip them apart. Once I get a few hits on them, then it's just bap, 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 and I can take them down from great range. But now that it's all hand cannon shotgun, run and gun, or shotgun SMG, or hand cannon SMG, and just running from one side of the map to the other, I can't keep up. So, if that's the way they want to play it, I'll get out my crutch, gnawing hunger, and as they're in the air, because when I know they're in the air, if I know they're a bunch of jumpers, I just back up, and I just point up, and I just aim for the head, and it's just like, brrr. And if they're a shotgunner, right, and it's hard for them to switch weapons, it's just me, brrr, and them trying to wait to get into shotgun range, brrr, it's a race, brrr, dink, and then they die. But I've got to get on target first. And I've got now to where in Iron Banner, where I'm constantly looking up. Like I'm kind of with my eyes up and sort of gun slightly up so that if someone is jumping, I can get on target and just start shooting. I can usually hit them. They'll start their jump. I'll catch them quarter way as they're maybe halfway as they're on their ascent. And then it's just through their ascent, they reach the zenith, right? And I'm still just like, brrr, and then right about halfway, when they're just ready to shoot, dink. So they do their slide first. They slide, and then they leap. Yeah. So they do their slide, right? Or they're around the corner. They do their slide, and then they jump. And I catch them as they come out from around a wall or an obstacle. So I acquire them after they've done their slide. They jump, and then I can see them. And then I adjust for that. And then as they're through their ascent, it's just, and it's a race. Who's gonna do? Am I gonna kill you before you can shoot me? But with the steady hand, they're way across the map. Now, if they're not moving on certain maps, they're waiting for us. They're ADSing at our exit from our spawn point. But if I'm already there and I catch someone doing that, then I can usually beat that fight with either a scout rifle or a pulse rifle. But I've got to get there first, and they can't see that I've set up. And it's like, okay, I can hear some gunshots. My radar, I can see just that little bit of red. What am I, 30 meters away? And then I pop out, and I pretty much know where they have to stand because it's a small gap. And I was like, ba-tap. And then they start shooting. And I've taught myself, as long as I'm winning the fight and they haven't ripped my overshield off, just keep shooting. strafing side to side, and you can win the fight. Now, if I get hit, then I just drop back, let my shield come up, reload, reposition, right? Or switch weapons, and then come out again and try to finish him off. But when it's against a steady hand, man, that's a hard game to play. That's a hard gun to beat. Because they just start bap. Because if they're using a hand cannon, that already means they're good. You're already in trouble because they have a hand cannon. Before the game even starts, I'm in trouble because hand cannon. Hand cannon users are deadly because you have to be patient. If the gun has recoil, you have to be on target with your first shot. Bap! Right? And then the gun settles. Bap! And meanwhile, they're getting hit, but they have flinch on, right? So they don't take as much. They don't flinch as much. Bap! And 3 shots, I'm done. 3 shots, I'm done. In some cases, sometimes 2. If I forget to put on the sniper long-range shield mod. Okay, so those are the guns of destiny that just bring me to my knees. CO3? Nope. CO2? So, yep. These 5 weapons right here cause me to rage. Rage. Fluffing Winter's Lie. And it's the fact that I just get beat by it, right? I just get beaten by it every time. It's the guy that's running it that drives me bonkers. That slide, jump, disappear, pop in the face. All right. Enough of that. Enough of me ranting and raving. I think we're done. No. We're going to come back to that. Hold on. Let me clear that up. All right. Oh, no. Nope. Don't want to do that shell stuff. No. I want to start something that I have no idea about. Let's see. That's what we want. Okay. Wait, what just happened? What just happened? No. Have I broken my own thing? Okay, there we go. Whew. All right. So let's we're gonna talk about chat real quick. I'm getting to that period where I'm gonna be late if I don't leave soon. So let's talk about the the most common or the most popular chat commands in the Fantasy Coffee Club / yes, it's definitely a cult. Quote is the #1 typed or entered command with 109 entries. I'm not sure of the time period. I don't know if that's overall just a month. Coffee 105, Lurk 71, Set Game 70, and Beer 67. So these are the top chat commands recently in our evening streams or interactions or gatherings. You get like 20 of those coffee for those coffees. Good. Keep it up. Good work. Job well done. And next we have, I was going through Stream Elements trying to get things to work. I did it again. Oh no, I'll do it to clear. Okay, so the alias king, Garage Beers. So this is only what I have in Stream Elements after it had a stroke. Garbage Beards, Garbage Bears, Garbage Beers, Garnished Breads, Grandma Biscuits, and Grandpa's Bourbon. I know there are more. I just don't have a record of them, unfortunately. And I'm really disappointed by that. So the Alias King, GB. Love it. Garbage beards. All right. And I think that is it. Back out of that window here. So last, we're going to talk about the IGTL. Yeah, I wonder what next, right? The saga continues. Road Beef took some photos and posted them on Google Photos from the second Creator Contents brouhaha, big race, which I didn't follow. I'm so horrible. I'm just off my corner drinking coffee with my clan, my cult. And here's a link to the photos. I've left comments on almost every image, and Beef replied, "Oh, I misspelled road. Look at that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that?" Yep. Hey, we're done. We're wrapping up. Thanks for hanging out, Tyvoka. I will see you this evening. Oops. Oh, that's right. This doesn't work. Does that work? That works. If I could just learn how to spell road beef, that would be great. We're going to be practicing for Saturday. So, yeah. All right, go get, I think Road Beef 1. Excellent, excellent. Yep, we'll be on after I come in from work. You too, man. Take care. Get some sleep. Rest those arms, rest those legs. All right, that's a link to Road Beef's Twitter and his site. His site is currently sort of under construction. Classic. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the end. Thank you very much for hanging out. We looked at Tate Supra. I missed something. We talked about the restaurant in Kyoto. Talked about weapons that destroy me in PvP. Looked at the top commands in chat over at the Fancy Coffee Club. And all the wonderful names of Garage Beers. And Road Beef's photos from the second round of the Content Creators Sim Racer event. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will see you this evening. I'm not going to be late. I showered last night, so I could just stop the show, right? Grab a glass of water, change. I'm in my PJs. I'm in my podcasting PJs, by the way. That's right. You heard me. I'm in a comfortable chair, which we have to replace soon because I think a little cover thing is about to break. So I will see everyone this evening. Thanks for hanging out, and I love you dearly. Bye for now. Ciao.